So, hey people, I just noticed that I have suddenly taken note to see that a number of well known people have been saying, or at least they've coalesced, these occurrences where people have been talking about domestic violence in their family have kind of coalesced in my mind. I don't know that they are all saying it all together at once or it's coming faster and faster. But people like Will Smith, for example, he mentioned, and I guess it's been a couple years, the fact that he saw his father hit his mother in the face and the mouth. And still at the end of it, that he loved his father. And as a matter of fact, I guess he waited until his father was dead to talk about this, and in many ways to kind of be himself, to be more of what he wanted to be. And I also noticed that there's this guy called, I think it's Michael Goggins. He's an ex-Marine, maybe, Navy SEAL, something like that, in the US Army. And he was saying that he had domestic violence in his life. That, he encountered his father beating his mother, and he tried to help, and his father beat him up completely. And he was talking about this is something that he had to get over. In his case, he didn't love his father. Didn't seem to. His mother left his father. So for all I know is his father might still be alive, and he wasn't too concerned, I guess, about talking about it, even though his father might be alive still. And there's also comedian Bobby Lee. He was talking about the fact that his father used to be violent to him and his family, including his mother, I think. And I think he also mentioned that he loved his father. And there's another Korean guy, this artist, who became rich off of Facebook stock. A Korean artist, I think, as well, that Bobby Lee knows. And I think he was talking about the fact that there was violence in his family. I would have to go back and check, but then I recently read about Halle, and her father was violent as well. So all of these people, they seem to be minorities, but I'm pretty sure that domestic violence is all over the place, in any kind of family that you can think of. Even in my family, I guess, there was a little domestic violence, you could say, but this is before I was self-aware. And as soon as it happened, that was the end of my parents' marriage. That was the end of it. So you could say that my mother did the right thing, and she handled it exactly the way that she should have. And even to the extent that, when my father didn't pay child support, my mother was just like, well, maybe that's the price you pay for him not being around and not having to deal with a lot of craziness. So she just let it go. But it makes me think that there's probably so much domestic violence that is occurring on a regular that we never know about. And it's good that people are talking about it and they're seeking therapy. Hopefully it's helping. It seems to be helping them to at least talk about these things, and that way it helps other people to know that they're not alone. But of course there's nothing by the government, per se, to end these things. Nothing that's prominent that we can look at and say, hey, look what the government's doing to end domestic violence. And well, that's all I have to say about that. I don't know if I can't tell you of anything or any initiatives that are out there in society to change anything, then I guess nothing's going to change, right? So yeah, peace.